Yesterday we began writing equations of lines in standard form, and we're going to continue that today. First thing we want to look at is horizontal and vertical lines. Now, horizontal and vertical lines are simple to write but easy to confuse, easy to get backwards. So let's start with a vertical line, like this one. Now, if we select several points on this line, what do they all have in common? They all have the same x value. And what is that x value? 5. So that's how we write our equation, x equals 5. So vertical lines, even though y normally describes our vertical aspect, vertical lines are written as x equals whatever number the line goes through. Horizontal lines, as you can probably guess, have a constant y value no matter where you are on the line. And so the equations of horizontal lines are written as y equals whatever that y value is. Now the other type of equation, or the other type of problem you're going to see in your homework, is they're going to give you a partially completed standard form of an equation, such as ax plus 3y equals 2, and they're going to give you a point that that line passes through. And they want you to find the value for a that will complete that equation, and then write the completed equation. Well, if we look at our equation, we have three unknowns, a, x, and y. But they gave us a point with an x and a y, and all we need to do is use those to find a. So we take and plug -1 in for x and 0 for y, because those are the points they gave us, and we solve for a. Get -a plus 0 equals 2. So -a equals 2, which means a equals -2. So our completed equation is -2x plus 3y equals 2. Why don't you give it a try with -4x plus by equals 7 and the point -1, 1. Pause the video, find what b is, and rewrite the equation, and then unpause the video to see if you got it right. So again, we start by plugging in the x and the y they gave us. -1 for x, +1 for y. We start to simplify. We have 4 plus b equals 7. So subtracting 4 from both sides gives us b equals 3. So our final equation is -4x plus 3y equals 7. Now, standard form of the equation is really helpful in a lot of real-life situations, like in example 5. Your class is taking a trip to the public library. You can travel in small and large vans. A small van holds 8 people and a large van holds 12 people. Your class could fill 15 small vans and 2 large vans. So let's think about this. The number of people fitting in small vans is 8 times the number of small vans, because we fit 8 for every 1 small van. And the number of people fitting in large vans is 12 times the number of large vans, 12 for each large van. Our question, and then it tells us that our class could fill 15 small and 2 large. So the question is, how many people can we actually fit? How many people are we taking? Okay. So if we pack them all into small and large vans, how many people is that? Well, we know that if we fit 15 small, we need 2 large vans. So we can use that to find the total number of people that we're packing into the vans. So 8 times 15 is 120, 12 times 2 is 24, so we're packing in a total of 144 people. So our equation in standard form is 8s, got my numbers backwards there, 8s plus 12l equals 144p. No, we don't need the p there, just 144. Then we need to graph that equation. Now, let's use our intercepts to graph. If I use 0 small vans, how many large vans will I need? $12 large vans. So that gives me 1.012. And if I use 0 large vans, how many small vans will I need? If I divide both sides by 8, I find that I need a total of 13 small vans. Sorry, 18 small vans. I think that number didn't make sense. So those are my intercepts. So if I go to my graph, I don't need the negative areas of my graph because I can't use a negative number of vans. So let's go up by 2s. Now, one of our points was 0 small vans, 12 large vans. That's this right here. So this is our large van axis. This is our small vans. And our other point was 0 large vans, 18 small vans. This was our other point. So the function can be graphed by connecting those 2 points. Then they want us to list several possible combinations. So let's look at the exact crossings here. Here and here. So we already gave 2 for 0 small, 12 large, and 18 small, 0 large. We can see we also have 6 small, 8 large, and 12 small, 4 large. So those give us some other combinations. So standard form is really helpful when we have 2 variables and we know what their value is and what we need to shoot for. So that's when we're going to be using standard form a lot. Alright, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Otherwise, you can move on to your homework.